Okay, so I've noticed a lot of people have a different view about what range should be used in Chi Sao. So I just want to explain how we see it. For me, Chi Sao is about a neutral interaction, so we can find out how to control the bridge, cross the bridge, break the bridge, how to get close range. Because this is where you don't want to be in a fight. Because in a fight, we can both hit each other. So for Wing Chun, it's all about getting close. The closer we can get to control somebody, the better, right? If we're doing Chi Sao like this out of range, and you're striking here like this is out of range. So it's not really teaching me about controlling range. Also, it's not teaching me about controlling someone's power in their body. Right? So you see a lot of guys that he punches from here, they feed a punch, he feeds the punch, it makes it very easy to hit and then very easy to feed. And then some people even turn away on off angle and move away from the person, right? Which is walking into his power shot. So you actually go into the wrong position, right? For me, when you're rolling, you should be looking to try to offset their balance so he's falling so I can strike, right? Because then he can't defend when his balance is compromised. That's why some people say, oh, the person's not attacking Alan, the person's not trying to do anything. They are. What's happening is I'm putting pressure into their body, so when he tries to move, he's compromised. So it's easy to strike while he's compromised, right? Or you should be crushing their bridge to open up the attack, or you should be disrupting their balance and then chasing in to control their attack, right? So there's different ways to control the bridge. You can cross the bridge, break the bridge, you can attack the center, attack their weight, their balance. But if you just stay in the same position and try to strike each other, it's like patter cake, it just goes back and forth. And then the faster person will get it, right? But that's not really what Chi Sao is for. Chi Sao is about sticking, feeling the person's balance, being in the danger zone. I'm in a position where he can strike me, but I have to feel that and react, right? If I'm in a position where if he does it, he's too far away to hit me anyway, it doesn't make no difference. So the idea of Chi Sao is to roll and to feel you've got enough position where you can actually start to control the balance and get to a close position to strike and control somebody. Wing Chun is a close range system as such. We do fight in all ranges, okay, but we start close to control the opponent. I was watching John Danaher say something interesting once to Joe Rogan. He was saying that Jiu-Jitsu is good because it takes away someone's power. And the way he described it was, like if you throw a javelin, you can throw a javelin 70 feet, right? But if you take away your knees and go on your knees, you can only throw it 40 feet. If you lie down, you can throw it 10 feet. So the idea of putting someone down on the ground and controlling them takes away their ability to have a lot of power to hurt you. And that makes a lot of sense. Wing Chun is exactly the same, because most martial arts, they're striking and they're exchanging strikes, and you don't really control the person's power. But with Wing Chun, we get bridge contact. So once I have bridge contact and he tries to move, I can start to control his hips, control his weight. I can start to control his power. If I'm not controlling his weight, his hips and his timing, then I'm not taking away his power. If I'm like this out here, he can hit me full power. If I take his balance and I'm controlling his bridge, now his power's reduced. If I get close to him, now he's got no power to hit me with. Right? In Wing Chun, we have inch power, so we're used to hitting from a small position. So I can offset him and still strike him and still strike him from close range. And then when he tries to get away from me, then I strike him full power. Right? So Wing Chun is already a system designed around putting the odds in your favour, finding a safe place. Right? So in grappling, we'll take someone down, put them down, and crush them. In Wing Chun, we also want to trap and crush someone. But people think trapping is when you do like a pack out here and a lapse out here. That's trapping. That's not trapping. Learning a lapse out here and a pack out here is learning about the range of movement of fight, of a power, of a punch. So when you're sparring, he punches towards me, I understand where the punch can come from. Or I can even just slip the punch and come in from that position, right? But the real idea of trapping is that when I'm doing Chi Sao and I get into a close range, I use my body to control the trap. So then my body wedges into him. He tries to turn now, he's got no turning power because I can grab his hip, I can use my weight, right? I can grab his elbow, I can strike from here, I can put arm pressure on him from here. But I've taken away his hip power, right? Then I can step in and start destroying his knee and really compromise his balance, right? So everything we're doing in Chi Sao is about crossing the bridge, trying to cross the bridge, trying to take their balance, trying to control their turning so they have no power. So I'm taking away his second form skill, I'm taking away his torque in his body. So now I can control him, I can put him into a choke from here, I can throw him to the ground from here, I can trip from here. There's a lot of skills you can do. And then the key is to do that in real time. So a lot of Wing Chun, you see people out of range doing hokey stuff where they're just feeding techniques back and forth. But real time is when we're both rolling live and feeling balance and timing, and you're just striking and moving together without thinking about what's happening, right? You're controlling the movement. We're fighting for positions, right? So we're not just going technique for technique. We're fighting to control the position. I'm trying to break his tan position by sinking. He's trying to push into me. I have to then negate that by rising. He pushes to me. I offset him and de-link, and then I link again and strike. And that's why you get this balance moving around. Right? So when we're doing Chi Sao, we're always trying to experiment to find these positions. We're not just throwing technique back and forward. Everything is about like trapping from here, de-link and strike, and feel my position. Right? So we're looking to control. And if we get some distance, then that's when you might bridge and come in and go to Chi Sao and then finish the technique and then come back again. So you're looking to expand and contract. So there's a lot of expansion and contraction in your movement. But a lot of it's about, can I get this position to control his knee, control his head, control his balance. If you're not doing them things in your Chi Sao and all you're doing is going back and forth out of range, then you're not really developing any dexterity in your Wing Chun skill.